Camp 14, The Hell Inside. North Korea, full documentary. Inside North Korea, hidden away from the world, lies a place often compared to hell itself, Camp 14. This is not an ordinary prison. It is what the regime calls a total control zone. Here, punishment is not for personal crimes, but for 3 generations of political guilt. If you want more detailed global stories like this, don't forget to subscribe for powerful documentary content. According to international rights groups and satellite imagery, thousands of prisoners are held here, and for many of them, death is the only escape. Birth and rules of Camp 14. Based on available reports from human rights organizations, Camp 14 has been in operation since around 1965. It is controlled by the Ministry of State Security. Prisoner estimates vary widely, from 15,000 to 50,000, because North Korea does not release verified numbers. This camp is called a total control zone because prisoners are held for life, with no chance of release. Core rules of Camp 14. 1. Attempting to escape immediate execution. 2. Stealing or hiding food, public beating or execution. 3. If one person attempts escape, their entire family faces punishment or death. 4. Failure to report another prisoner's wrongdoing, execution. Spying on each other is not just encouraged, it is the only way to survive. A child's first lesson. One of the few known survivors who escaped this zone is Shin Dong-hyuk. Note, some parts of his original testimony were later corrected by him, but the overall conditions he described remain consistent with other reports. Shin said his first childhood memory was watching a public execution at age 5. He recalled a classmate being beaten too, death by a teacher for hiding, a few kernels of corn. In these camps, children learn before they can even understand. Human life is worth less than a mouse. Forced labor and starvation. Camp life is built on relentless slave labor. Prisoners work before sunrise, in coal mines, farms, or primitive factories. Accidents are common, medical care almost non-existent. Food. Meals usually consist of a small portion of corn and watery soup. This amount is not enough for survival. Many die of starvation and malnutrition. Because of extreme hunger, prisoners often eat rats, snakes, frogs, insects, and whatever else they can find. Some reports mention cannibalism, but these accounts are difficult to independently verify. Based on available data, an estimated 40% of prisoners die from malnutrition. But there are no confirmed official figures. Punishments and torture. Any small mistake, even an accident at work, can lead to brutal torture. Shin reported that at age 13, after informing guards about his mother's escape plan, he was still tortured because he had not reported it earlier. Common torture methods described by former prisoners include water torture, being hung by the limbs, beaten with iron rods, burning with hot coal. Shin said one of his fingers was cut off after he accidentally dropped a sewing machine. Again, some personal details were later corrected by Shin, but similar torture accounts come from multiple defectors. Women in Camp 14. Female prisoners face even worse conditions. Multiple human rights reports describe sexual abuse and rape by guards, forced abortions, especially if the father is suspected to be Chinese or foreign, execution of newborn babies, according to some testimonies, though not all reports can be independently confirmed, betrayal and the destruction of family. One of the most tragic aspects of Camp 14 is how it destroys the very idea of family and love. Shin said he watched his own mother hanged and his brother shot during their public execution for attempting to escape. He admitted he felt no sadness at that time, only hatred toward them for breaking the rules. This is the psychology the camp creates. To survive, you must betray even the people who love you. The principle of 3 generations of punishment means the grandfather, father, and grandchildren can all be imprisoned for a single political accusation. International law recognizes this as a severe violation of human rights. Escape and burned flesh. In 2005, Shin decided to attempt something almost impossible. While climbing the high-voltage electric fence, his partner was electrocuted instantly. Shin used the man's dead body as insulation to escape, burning his legs and back. This part of the story is widely publicized, though some exact details in his timeline remain debated. But one truth is undeniable. He escaped, injured, starving, and alive. Outside North Korea, he tasted freedom for the first time. He realized what it means to eat without fear and to live with choice. Global response. Based on satellite analysis, public testimonies, and United Nations investigations, these camps are described as systematic, widespread, and grave crimes against humanity. North Korea continues to deny the existence of Camp 14 and similar facilities. But according to international investigators, thousands remain trapped inside. For them, the world's attention is the only hope. Whatever the regime hides, the truth eventually comes out. And the stories of survivors remind us of one thing: freedom is precious and silence is dangerous.